You now tuned into the hottest podcast in the world, the Stay Woke Podcast, right here on the SonicBreakdown.com.
Welcome back to another Stay Woke Podcast. This is D. Ray Brinson, and the Stay Woke Podcast is presented by the SonicBreakdown.com. So we want to say thank you again for everybody rocking and listening with us. Today it's going to be a special podcast. We're going to break down the music of from 2016, kind of just, let you know what came out, how we thought about it, things of that nature. It's going to be a very loose, more free-forming podcast than other ones. But we got F and Maddie in the building. He's going to give his opinions and his ideas and, like I said, opinions on the music of 2016. So let's start. I want to say the first album, or I guess the first album that I'll bring up is an album that came out just recently that is really, really stuck with me and probably is going to be in my top 10 albums of 2016. I still got to go through all the albums to be for sure, but the album I'm talking about is Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love. I just think that album is really a work of art. He brings a 70s, 80s vibe, an authentic 70s, 80s vibe to us without necessarily sampling, creating that live, warm feeling with the album. So that album, for me, definitely has to be is notable.
You're right about that. My sister loves that album. I started playing that can't remember, probably around Thanksgiving. Pretty much is on my sister this whole month of December, end of the year. My sister really likes that album. I just started playing it for her. Especially that track California.
That's my least favorite track on the album.
I hate that track.
That's
she
my
loves
least favorite
that track.
That's my.
It must be a male female thing because I do not like that track. But yeah, that album slapped though. I like the album. I like the vibe. Same, you know what I'm saying. Everything that you was talking about with that's one that stick out to me.
Yeah, that I like that album, but like California, that track is. It's not bad.
Fuck all that. Let's get back to what we were talking about earlier. This DJ Khaled album. You saying that wouldn't make your final top 10? I don't understand that.
Yeah, because like I said, for me, the albums that make my top 10 are albums that I either play straight through, albums that I revisit very often, and albums that when it comes on, it's like, oh shit, I forgot how good this album was, and I make sure I play it. I don't do that with DJ Khaled. There's only literally 3 songs that I like when I listen to that album. There's only 3 songs I fuck with, and I think it's track 3, 4, and 5. Nas Let Me Down, Jermaine Interlude, and the track with Big Sean and Kendrick. Those are the only tracks that I fuck with, and for me, 3 tracks on a complete album is not good enough for my top 10. I'm not saying it's a bad album. It's just not top 10 worthy album.
But he also has 3 tracks that are continuously spinning on the radio.
I don't give a fuck what the radio has to say.
You're right about that, but
because I don't really like that Drake song For Free. It's cool, it's catchy, but to me, it's not if that wasn't on the album. I mean, it does make the album better, but to me, that song, the Jay-Z song, don't make or break the album. Like I said. The album to me is worth purchasing and worth getting because of those 3 albums that I mentioned. If those 3 tracks weren't on that album, I would not buy the album at all. I would just listen to the songs on the radio, and even then, I don't listen to those. So I get what you're saying.
I think honestly, Future was featured on there quite a few times, and rightfully so. He's 2016. He's really hot. Just mainly his voice. Everybody wants to do music with him and work with him just because of his voice, and how it meshes so well. It's so versatile. You can do so much with just Future's voice.
Even though Designer,
the whole album, even though Designer's biting it, I didn't like that either. But but the whole album with the DJ Khaled, I feel as though the whole album I was not in my head. There's 6 tracks to me that stick out.
So my question,
3 that you mentioned and the 3 that's on the radio.
So my question,
you know what I'm saying? Those I liked them.
Would you put DJ Khaled's album above Childish Gambino, J. Cole's, Vic Mensa?
They all give me a different feel. I can't say that. They all give me a different feel. That's why I feel as though he needs consideration for sure.
No, I agree with you. It needs consideration, but I have a strong feeling once I break down all the albums that came out this year, it's not gonna land in my top 10.
Anytime you got the track we playing right now, the track with Nas.
That's one of the three I said.
And at the same time, he's promoting a black-owned business. The Bevel Clippers.
What does that have to do with the quality of music?
I mean, it's just the quality of music is just he chose with the platform he got. He chose to promote something.
I know, and I applaud him, and I'm not taking anything away, but still, like I said, that doesn't make it top 10 worthy.
I think it's top 10 worthy.
Okay, well, that's fine. You keep that as your top 10. I would put Yes Lord above that. I'll put A Tribe Called Quest, Chance the Rapper, Kanye, Schoolboy Q's album, Mick Jenkins,
Chance the Rapper.
Kid Cudi,
I like that album
Mac
too.
Miller's, Rhapsodies, Vic Mensa, Kendrick's. I put all of them above DJ Khaled's. That's all I'm saying. Is like
I'm not putting anybody above anybody. I'm just saying, it deserves consideration.
Okay, and I can
even deserve that.
I can respect that. I don't think it deserves top 10 consideration. That's my opinion. But anyways, let's get to some other albums on this that came out this year. Anderson .Paak, Malibu. That's a real. He made a statement this year to me.
I think that was the best album that came out this year.
Malibu?
Yeah, that's the best album that came out this year.
I wouldn't say that for me. Not for me. I like that Childish Gambino more. I like J. Cole's more. Shit. Even his own competition himself with No Worries, Yes Lord. That album is really good.
I like that one too.
That's why I don't know if I would. I think I might even put Yes Lord above Malibu.
I
might. I don't know. I have to listen to it a little bit more.
The HAN track, that was my favorite right there. I love that. I played that for my my brother when he was out there when we was going through our thing. He was nodding his head. Damn, that track slapping. And yeah, Anderson .Paak came with it on that whole album actually.
Yeah, it's a good album.
Continuation of Malibu.
Yeah, it did seem like a nice transition after that album. I think him and No Worries they work well together. So I think that's something that they should continue to foster and manifest. But I do want to again mention No Worries, Yes Lord. That is a really good album. Malibu's another good album. Did you happen to hear the Mac Miller, The Divine Feminine? No, I
did not. I heard good things about it though. Mac Miller's always been one of my favorites.
That was a good album.
Came out.
Yeah, that was a good album. I thought, and it was a very nice approach to feminism and the idea of women and their role and hold on society, which that is a nice segue into the Ab Soul album, Do What Thy Wilt, which it's kind of that same take on women and the idea of women being gods and that aspect. But he takes a different approach than Mac Miller does. Mac Miller takes a more of a softer, lighter approach, where Ab Soul takes an approach more of as if he's talking to his homies and his homie is a girl. Like he's not giving just because she's a woman, that talking to her different to show, that sexism. He's talking to her just like he would talk to his boys, the guys, which gives a different approach to it, but is very well done and well thought out. So that's something to think about as well. No Name's album Telephone, I think that was a really good album as well. It's a real good album. I like No Name.
Telephone or Pick Up the Phone. Travis Scott, what's happening? Album
oh gosh, that just
dope. Was dope.
The Travis Scott album, I guess since we're going to segue to that from the No Name, but if you haven't checked out No Name's album Telephone, she used to go by No Name Gypsy, but now just goes by No Name. I think that's definitely worth an album. And one of the tracks that stood out to me was the track with her and Rory. If you don't know, you should read the review I did on Rory last year. He's a young cat from Atlanta, a very good artist. That's I think is worth checking out. But let's get to that. This Travis Scott crap. No, I'm just playing. I want to say crap. because I don't think it is crap. I just tend not to vibe with Travis Scott. I didn't really like Rodeo too much. This album was okay. There was a couple of songs on there that I did like and did listen to, but as an overall project, I really couldn't mess with it. And I think Matt is the total opposite in the spectrum. Is he fucks with this album. You?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like I said, we were talking about it before. It's like the new youngsters. You know what I'm saying? Like Travis Scott set himself like apart from most of them because like in the hip hop industry where copycatting is and biting is like thrived on trendy shit is, you know what I'm saying, what we're talking about now. Play Sweet Sweet. I don't like this shit. That's too mainstream for me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta play Sweet. Yeah, I like that shit. And I feel as though he got his own style. You know what I'm saying? He's clever. Just look at this. The how he titled his album is clever.
It was
I look at stuff like that. He's clever.
I will give you that. The name of the title, the title of the album,
and even track for
clever.
track, like the names are like it's clever.
It's clever, but to me, I need more than that. That's just a gimmick. I need more than that. I need content. I need, and I'm not saying that he doesn't. Every track doesn't have to be deep thinking tracks. It doesn't have to be, everything doesn't have to be socially conscious. But like, I don't need you just to put words together that just sound good together. I need you to put more effort into it than that. And like I said, he does have good tracks that are good for turned up party music, but I just need more than that. That's just me. Like I like Schoolboy Q's album way better than Travis Scott's album. Blank Face to me was a good project. That was a really good project to me. And it has turn up tracks, it has hood shit, it has trap, you know, like, well, not, I wouldn't, right. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a different vibe. So to me,
like, I just feel as though any artist that can get Andre 3000 on a project with him, you know what I'm saying? You got to be doing something. You got to be some type of unique. 3 Stacks ain't going to record just with anybody. That's what I'm saying.
But you the one that said that Kid Cudi's Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying was garbage. And he got 3 Stacks on several of them tracks. And that, to me, that's a good project, man. It's dark and depressing, but it's a good album.
I'm not in the mood for dark and depressing at that point in time. Shit.
I get it.
Goddamn, Cudi.
But that doesn't mean that it's a bad album or it's garbage.
I'll listen to it again. And
what I will say is I want to give a shout out to Post Malone. Because I was really, really shocked and surprised by the album Stoney. Just the musicality that he had in it, the type of production that he picked. I wasn't expecting that. So I would say that was a surprise. I did not think I was going to enjoy that album as much as I did. I still don't think it would make my top 10, personally. But again, I wouldn't even, if you would ask me what I thought about that album prior to it, I wouldn't have said it most likely won't even make my top 20. And that's why you should really listen to albums and give them a shot, because you might be surprised and you might find something that you really enjoy that you normally wouldn't. And this is an album that I would return to. It like I said, is very more singer-songwriter than I expected it to be. Other albums that came out this year were Macklemore and Ryan Lewis that we did a review on. This Some Really Mess. After I did the review, I have not gone back to that album. So I can't put much onus on it because I haven't returned to it. So it didn't stick with me that well. And actually, something that I'm surprised that we haven't mentioned is Drake's album Views. It was getting so much plug and so much love that I'm surprised we didn't bring it up till now, and especially you bringing it up so much.
I just like the fucking album. Shit.
You didn't mention it now. What other albums came out this year? Isaiah Rashad's album, you didn't like that much. I like it. I don't return to it as much, but I would say it's not as strong of a project as Sylvia Demo was.
I guess mainly with Isaiah Rashad, like I felt it was like, man, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought I was gonna be getting something else, you know. But at the same time, artists, you know, they try different things, different sounds, different approaches for, you know, each, you know, album to album, whatnot, and what have you, to try and expand themselves, you know what I'm saying, as, you know, so I can't, I was a little insensitive at first, but I can't, you know, like, okay, you're trying to venture off, you know, uncharted waters and shit
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
trying to
you know
explore.
That's cool, but I just wasn't. I just wasn't feeling his vision, his direction. I wasn't feeling.
I got you. That and I can see, because I had some of that trepidation, especially when I first heard the album. That's what I told you. I was like, when I first heard the album, I really didn't like it. It had to grow on me, and even as the time has passed now, it hasn't grown on me as much as Sylvia Demo did. So it didn't hit as well. Another album that came out this year that I actually thought was really good was Snoop Dogg's Kool-Aid. It had a lot of.
I heard that shit.
Yeah, it was. I was that's another album I was surprised by, because I do like Snoop, but you know, Snoop can.
Speaking of L, I mean, what about what's it called? Schoolboy and what's his name? Fucking
ASAP?
No, not ASAP. Schoolboy and the other LA nigga. What's his name?
Kendrick? Absol?
No.
J-Rock?
No.
Not in TDE?
Not in TD.
The Game?
Fucking no.
I'm naming LA niggas shit.
YG.
Oh,
God damn it.
Still Brazy. That was a good album too.
Yeah. We didn't even mention them two.
It's on the list. So much music came out this year, man. It was a really good year. Yeah. The Snoop Dogg album Kool-Aid was really good. I like the track with Wiz Khalifa. It does have a good vibe. It's very I say more upbeat vibe. I was playing that a lot in the summer when I was barbecuing, because it had that kind of feel with the title name Kool-Aid. You would expect that. Rhapsody. I cannot say enough about this female, man. I won't even say that. Just this lyricist, man. She's dope. Crown is a really good album, which was a follow-up to Beauty and the Beast. She just keeps on hitting you with good, complete projects. And it only makes sense when you have Ninth Wonder as your producer, and you can spit, and you're lyrically conscious, as she is, with the plethora of words and the vocabulary, the vast vocabulary that she has is just amazing. And the content that she chooses to talk about is beautiful. The track that she has with Solange Seat at the Table, Tina Turner, the whole album is really good. That definitely, I don't even have to think about it. I know that made my top 10. She's definitely in my top 10, Rhapsody again. So this is 2 years in a row she's going to make my top 10. So that album was really dope. I'm glad I found it.
You're welcome.
I'm the one that told you about Crown. First of all, let's be real.
I told you about Rhapsody.
You did, but I told you about Crown. So step up your game, bro. Danny Brown came out with Atrocity Exhibition. Excuse me. I haven't really dived into it enough to really have an opinion about that album. Commons, Black America again. That's a really good project as well. Vince Stable came out with the project Prima Donna. I didn't rock with it as hard as I did his previous project. So you're the one that actually put me on Vince Staples. So I gotta thank you for that. The Lox, yeah, Prima Donna. I just said that.
Yeah.
If you listening, nigga. Anyways,
Sorry, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
the Lox, they came out with an album as well. Filthy America. Filthy America is beautiful. Let's see what else. So many albums this year. Big Baby Drum. Our Drum with Big Baby Drum was the name of the album, which was a very good introductory album after his mixtapes. Mick Jenkins had The Healing Component, which I thought was a really good project following his prior projects, The Alchemist and The Waters. He's really good at making these conceptual albums and carrying them through and executing them. The production on The Healing Component was a lot different, which is good. It just didn't resonate with me as well as The Waters did. I can go to The Waters anytime and it resonates because of that jazz feel that permeates through the album. Rihanna came to me. I said Rihanna's anti-album. I thought it was a really good album. Production wise, I thought she did it.
That was a
Yeah,
good
I
album.
thought it was a good album.
Yeah, she did her
A
thing.
complete project. Who else had Solange? A Seat at the Table. That was a really good project. I don't really have anything to compare it to because that was the first Solange album that I actually listened to completely. So that was my introduction.
I heard that Solange album.
Yeah,
It was all
it
right.
was-
That shit was all
Pretty
right.
good. Then you got your Bruno Mars 24 Karat, 24 Karat Magic.
Oh, wait. Did that Erykah Badu come out this year?
Which one you talking about? Don't pick up the phone? Nah, I think
Yeah.
that was last year.
That was last year? Okay.
Flatbush Zombie came out with an album. 2001 Lace Odyssey was an highly anticipated album because it seemed like they didn't drop a project in so long, but it was well worth the wait. Not quite sure if it made my top 10 though. Of course, you got Kendrick Lamar Untitled Unmastered. I thought it was a good project, but it's kind of incomplete because it is unmastered in essence, Untitled Unmastered. So it's not a cohesive project as his previous works, which kind of took away from it. But I think it is a good like music dump, as one of my partners, Mr. Boston, you know who you are, stated about that album. Let's see what else. So much music, and then you got your boys over here, Ray Shermerd. I can't. I ain't even gonna lie. I can't even.
Ray Sherman go.
I can't
hard,
fucks with it, bro. I can't.
Black Beatles.
I can't. I hate that song.
You ain't listened to the album.
I
that's
did
why.
listen to the album. I don't like it, bro.
Whatever.
These
bud.
niggas, bruh.
I'm
Even
so far outside.
bro, they ain't talking about shit. I can't just do the vibe. I can't.
Some hyphy niggas, man.
I can't-
Like, some little.
Bro, I
youngsters.
can't,
like
bro.
it.
Just because you young, that don't mean Joey Badass is young, but that nigga still be talking. Exactly. Joey Badass is young, but he still be talking, bro. Rory's young.
Joey Badass-
Rory's young, and he still be talking. Lupe came out when he was young with Kick Push. So like, you can't use age as a pigeonhole as the reason why they not talking about anything. Like I said, I'm not hating on the fact that they are musical. They have musicality because of the way that they're choosing to write over the beats. It's pleasing to the ear for people. I get that. But I need more than just you're pleasing to the ear, bruh. Ooh. Iguodala getting nasty when Steve is like, we watching the game as we doing this podcast.
Ooh, that was
Yeah, it
deep.
was. Let's see. Any other albums out here that came out that are worth mentioning? Again, the latest projects is J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only, Kid Cudi, Absol, The Lox, A Tribe Called Quest. Oh, definitely can't. I'm so happy that Tribe Called Quest came out. And I'm happy that they said they're gonna do some more music. It does kind of hurt because Five Dog isn't there, but hey, you gotta keep it moving, man. You gotta keep it moving. So that basically gives us a good indication of the albums that came out this year, man. I am gonna come out with another podcast, hopefully relatively soon. That's gonna give a breakdown of my top 10 albums. I also will do a review or article going through my top 10 albums, so you can see it and see if you agree, disagree, whatever, and let us know. But I want to say thank you again for listening to another Stay Woke podcast. If you haven't, please donate. Check out our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/Stay Woke podcast. STAYWOKEPODCAST. You can donate there, or just go to the website. Hit that donate button, or go to our our Indiegogo page. So you can donate there as well. We appreciate all of it. And hey, advertisers out there, we looking for ads. If you want a 10-second spot, ad time, just hit us up at cofounders@thesonicbreakdown.com. You can email me there. But again, we want to say thank you for everybody who are rocking with us. It has been an interesting year in music. And hopefully next year it brings us just as good music and even better. R.I.P. Prince. R.I.P. David Bowie. R.I.P. Maurice White.
R.I.P. Craig Sager.
Well, I was sticking with music people.
Princess
I was
Leia.
sticking with music people.
Well, it's
But
you know,
anyway,
I mean, it's death in general.
R.I.P. Five Dog too. Thank you again for listening to another Stay Woke podcast, and we out.